the streets of my hometown, walking the streets of the place that I miss when I'm not around, like the songbird sound. Your whisper in my ear, it's the sweetest sound. Look over my shoulder, 'cause you're not around. The summer wind kisses me goodbye, so far away, but always so Take me to the place where they broke my heart. Take me to the place where I swore to myself I'm gonna need a new start. Let my feet carry me far away. Your whisper in my ear, it's the sweetest sound. Look over my shoulder, 'cause you're not around. The summer wind kisses me goodbye, so far away, close to me.
And the interesting thing as well is that it feels like you always remember the shitty venues more. You're like, we just played in Hamburg. It was like a perfect show. Like, the audience was amazing. It was a perfect venue. It was very convenient. Everything worked. And probably it's not going to be a show that we'll remember. We'll remember the show in, I don't know, in Australia where we played some shitty bar, you know, and nobody gave a shit, and we had to load over the street, and it was exhausting, and people, you know, got in a fight or something. That's kind of like the, you know, shitty experiences make good stories, I guess.
That's true. Did you have any particular memories from like a shitty experience that was a good memory on tour?
I mean, just in New York, we were traveling with an RV, which is very difficult to navigate Manhattan, and then in Brooklyn as well, you know, it was like crazy traffic. And then we came to the venue, and they should have blocked a parking space for unloading, and they just didn't.
Of course.
And then our tour manager had to park in the street and unload the gear for 10 minutes with, I don't know,
The way
20 cars behind us.
Yeah, the way into the venue was very long.
And so we had the like proper New York experience, like, you know, everybody honking, like, I'm gonna fuck you up, man.
They
I'm
were
gonna
getting out of the
fuck you up.
car and shouting at us.
Yeah. It felt like a skit from Wu-Tang Clan, you know.
Amazing.
And so, you know, the person that was mixing our audio, I think he had a little too many magic mushrooms. So, I don't know. I think we were set up in like 10 minutes, and then it took that person a long time to, you know, figure everything out. And you know, so it was kind of like the whole change of everything was very chaotic and last minute. but then the show was amazing, you know, and then so I don't know, it probably was because it was our first time in New York and it was pretty much sold out, and it was just that big moment for us, you know. We're both like grew up in small villages somewhere in Austria, and it's just a big deal to us that there's people in the US, you know, in New York there's like 300 people that bought a ticket to see us and are, you know, some of them waited for years to see us. So I don't know, I think that's just, you know, makes it very memorable, maybe more memorable than that, you know, big show in front of 3,000 people that we played, you know. And I don't know, it's nice to have that.
For a life, always in motion. Will you join me, my submarine? All your sorrows will fade in your days. Open your heart to keep the pain away. Maybe they are your children, they have gone lost at sea. Maybe there's a million drifters just like me. Live under the ocean. You are lost at sea. For a life, always in motion. Will you join me on my submarine?
You can kind of get caught in thinking that it's all about the fancy lights and the fancy consoles and the fancy equipment, when at the end of the day I think it's really about the performance, and we try to, you know, stay flexible and have that, you know, upscaling and downscaling, like, okay, we can also, if we want to, we can play a show just the three of us and it works, or even the two of us. Yeah, recently we played this in-store gig in Berlin, and we just, you know, it was just the two of us. And I think still people, you know, were excited. It's a completely different thing, but I think, yeah, we made it, so.
Yeah. How is like even something as small and intimate as this acoustic performance with a camera different than playing in front of like 1,000 people? In terms of like your performance?
I think it's like the bigger it gets, the more artificial. I think the more you kind of like have to fake the feeling in a way. Just because if you're in a room, you know, and you say, okay, this is what my guitar sounds like, this is what my voice sounds like, and you can kind of like mix yourself and kind of you have an immediate feeling of what's happening in the room. And if you're play in this big room and, you know, you have the audience and you've got like a monitor, you don't hear the source directly. You hear it through a PA system or through a monitor. And so it's kind of, I think it's very difficult to, you know, like let's say a stadium doesn't have a good ambiance, you know. If you're in a room like probably the Royal Albert Hall or something, they might have a good room sound. And but it's because it's amplified, you lose that connection a little bit. So I think it's always exciting if it's just like this, like an acoustic session, to just, you know, you can kind of like really work with the room, and I think it's more certain maybe that, you know, okay, this is actually what it sounds like. If you're on like this big stage, you don't really know what it sounds like outside, you know?
just a paw in the gate. Yeah. 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 Catastrophe. Not a day for me. Ridiculous scene. From every cell of my brain. Bad news. Everyone that you know will die. Bad news. And ride it to the sky. Yeah. 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 Bye. Wake up to it, I've been wrong. That's true. Every day since I was born, bad news. Everyone that you know that bad news. Till
I don't know what came right to my mind was, and I think it happened more often that someone someone from the audience came after the concert and was like, "You need a crunchy bass. You need a crunchy bass. It's lacking the crunchy bass." So I'm like, no.
Yeah, also classic bad advice is why don't you sing in German? Or, you know, like all those, one person, like a label music industry person once suggested, why don't you write a hit, you know? So they were like, oh, well, you've got a great live act, you know, you look good, you know how to play, you know how to write. Why don't you just write a hit? Which means like, you know, like a radio hit song. And I think that's very bad advice.
What about the flip side? Is there a piece of good advice that you've been given that comes to mind?
At the end of the day, it's always, you know, stay true to what feels right for us.
Yeah.
Because I think one thing is to, you know, maybe write a hit song that we love, but the other thing is like to play it, I don't know, 200 times a year and do like 100 interviews and promote it and tell everybody that this is an amazing song, you know? And I feel like what we're doing, every bit of success is kind of extra, because I think we made an amazing album. I'm very happy with it, and it's nice if people like it, and it's nice if it gets played in that or that radio or whatever. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because we're happy with what we did. And I've seen other people that were not happy with what they did, and they just did it out of trying to like hit that target or whatever. And even if you hit that target, I think it doesn't make you happy. That's what I've seen with a lot of people. It doesn't make a difference whether you play for 500 or 5,000 people. Recently played a show with a German band called Die Ärzte, and we were support act, and it was like 60,000 people, and I think they're very happy with what they're doing. But it's seeing them before they went on stage. I could really feel that they feel exactly the same as we do.
Mm.
You know, it doesn't make a difference, and I've seen it with ourselves as well. You know, first time we played for 100 people, it blew my mind, and then the first time we played for 1,000 people, it blew my mind, and now it's like, well, you know, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, we actually get used to big rooms. Now something like this, it's really, it feels small.
Mm.
And
Yeah, no, but if somebody would have told me we're playing for 300 people in Paris 4 years ago, it would have blown my mind, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing, what I'm saying is like what makes us happier is not in the size of the room.